Welcome to the Snapper Frugier podcast. I am your host, Snapper Frugier. I am the MVP of No Child Left Behind, and I'm fighting to bring light skin back in style. In this podcast, you will learn a little bit about a lot of shit, but you won't be a specialist at anything. So thank you, first of all, for taking the time to tune in to this podcast. And if you tune in on iTunes, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we can get straight to it. Just a little about what I've been doing lately. I'm currently in Nashville working. I'm potty training my daughter right now, which is an experience. From what I hear from people with kids, they always say that it's easier to potty train girls than boys. But you hear me? If this is easy, I don't want any boys. Because, see, the problem is she got the pee-pee thing down. Like, she can sit on the toilet. She's at the potty. Great. Put on the toilet. Pee. She get up off the toilet and shit right in her drawers. She doesn't understand the poo-poo part yet. So, yeah, I put on the potty, she pee-pee, and she walk away, and I see her coming up to me. She had this bow leg. She got this little bow leg stank doo-doo walk is what I call it. This little bow-legged walk. I'm like, what happened? I pee-pee. I'm like, I don't see no pee-pee, baby. That's doo-doo. And she doesn't know the difference between doo-doo and pee-pee, but we'll figure it out. We're getting there. So, this week's podcast, man, I want to talk about just totally switching gears right now as far as sexual assault, sexual misconduct, allegations that's going on right now. And I feel like it's a discussion that has to happen in order to move forward, to move the needle. You have to talk about it, just like racism. I mean, it's a taboo topic. No one likes to talk about sexual assault, but, I mean, if it's happening, I mean, we have to discuss it, right? So, in Congress, you have all these people, even in entertainment, man, all these people. I mean, I'm going back to, I remember when when it came out that Bill Cosby had sexually assaulted all these women. Now, that was an eye-opener there. That was like, whoa, that's America's dad. And the hardest thing to do is try to separate the art from the actual individual, right? Going back to R. Kelly, same thing. It's been years and years of allegations of R. Kelly dating young girls. They said he married Aaliyah when she was 15. When he goes to the club or parties, he looks for girls with acne in their face. That's the girls he wants to date. But and this has been going on for a long time, throughout history, I believe. But now that we have Twitter, internet, Facebook, it's at your fingertips. You can see it. It's right away now. Now, everybody deserves their due process and, investigation to see if the allegations are true. But it does seem to be a lot of this going on right now. And especially in Congress, which is scary because these are people that dictate law, and we're supposed to actually look up to these people, which is scary. So you had Al Franken of Minnesota. He's a senator. He had to step down. He was actually forced out by his own party. The Democrats forced him out. Multiple women came out and said that, he grabbed them a certain way, forcefully kissed them, and this photo came out with him and allegedly, looked like he might be attempting to grab a woman's breast. That surfaced, so he was forced to resign. And, during his, resignation speech, he came out and said, like, it's kind of ironic that, he's been forced out of Congress where the man that sits in the Oval Office has publicly said that he's a sex offender. Like, he openly bragged about grabbing women by the pussy. Now, if that's not sexual assault, I don't know what is. And it's his own words, his voice that says that. And now we have a candidate who likely will win in Alabama, running for Senate, Roy Moore, who's running. And multiple teenage girls have come out and said that he's dated them or attempted to date him when he was 32 years old. They were 14, 15, 16-year-old girls. And people still supporting him. Even the president of the United States is backing him. Now, it's funny how it happened because when it first came out, president backed off. RNC pulled funding from his campaign. Like, everybody backed away from him. Like, okay, you know what? If he did these things, he's a monster, he's a pig. We're not supporting him. Now when it comes down to the come down to voting, which they're voting tomorrow, Trump is campaigning for him. The RNC has backed him again. They're back on board. So it's some scary times we live in that you are willing to put a alleged pedophile in office to get his vote, basically, is what it is, because the tax bill is coming up for vote. They can't afford to lose any Republican senator. They can't afford to lose a vote. And they can't afford to have, Jones, the guy who's running against him, win, because he's a Democrat. And he's not going to vote for the tax bill. So this is about, politics. It doesn't matter what he did. Just like with the president. People are saying, we don't care if he sexually assaulted women. We don't care if he dated teenagers. Long as he votes the way I wanted him to vote, or he shares the same views that I have, fuck all of it. None of that other stuff matter. All these however you say it, these Christians come out and they support him. Preachers of churches have come out and say that, this is 40 years ago. Like, I heard it, literally a guy came on TV. They had a think tank or something. All these people come in and have a debate about it. This guy said 40 years ago, where they're from, Alabama, it's common that a 32-year-old man would date a 14-year-old. And her parents would probably be proud that a 32-year-old district attorney wants to date their daughter. That's fucking scary. A 32-year-old, like he's damn near 3 times her age, it wants to date a 14-year-old. First of all, that's sick. And allegedly he was hanging out at malls trying to pick up girls. And this is the stuff you guys can look past this stuff. This doesn't matter. This is fake news. It's real news. They don't care. Even if it's real news, it doesn't matter. We don't care. We can look past that. Long as he's going to vote for taxes, long as he's going to, vote to end Obamacare, make this America great agenda, long as he's on board with that, fuck everything else. And that's a dark, dark, dark path that we're going down on, because if you're saying that nothing matters, no morals, no integrity, it doesn't matter if it happened 100 years ago, because the shit that Bill Cosby been accused of, that shit happened a long time ago. I don't see anybody pulling off on him. So what's the difference? What's the difference? And I don't want to throw in skin tone, but what is the difference? If he did it, he did it. And he should not be elected to the Senate if he's a known pedophile. And if he did do this, how can you sit next to him? Listen, if you have a business and you were hiring an employee, if he had allegations of dating a 14-year-old girl and he was 32 years old, you wouldn't hire him just because it wouldn't even look good on your bill. What kind of, what word am I looking for? What does that show you? What kind of integrity does your business have to put someone in position to work for you who is known or under investigation for these things? So I'm just thinking of the worst case scenario. So what if he is elected to the Senate, right? How is it going to be to work day in and day out, sitting next to a guy who's a known pedophile? With all this stuff going on right now in the world, all these allegations, why would you even take that chance? Just so you can pass your bill. And to me, that's sick, man. That's telling you that people don't matter. People don't matter. It doesn't matter about the people. It's about the vote. It's about the money. That's the only thing that matters. And you got these other people having to step down. Al Franken stepped down. John Conyers stepped. I think he's the oldest ranking member in the Senate. This guy, 88 years old. He had to step down for some allegations. So why are these guys getting the pass? Why is the president getting the pass? Because if you go back and you think about it, during the campaign, all these women came out and said that Donald Trump sexually assaulted them. And they went nowhere. Nowhere. He came out and said he grabbed him by the pussy. You thought that would be it. It went nowhere. People don't. That's how deep-rooted racism is, man. That's how. It doesn't matter. They don't care. It's tribalism. If you look like me, you think the way I think, I don't give a fuck what you did. Trump said he could do. I could walk out to Central Avenue or whatever and shoot somebody and they'll still vote for me. It's true. Because these people are brainwashed. And I really think that it's deeper than that. Like, people are just so miserable and sad that, they look at Trump and think that, hey, man, one day that could be me. that's our boy there. That could be me one day. But it's not going to be you because Trump is a billionaire. And 9 times out of 10, you're a working class person, middle class person. That he doesn't even eat the same food. Y'all not on the same spectrum. If he saw you in the street, he would not respect you, man. And I don't think people understand that. Like, people look at this like, he's doing what's right. This is the way we all think. And it's funny because I'm going to play some audio in a little while of Roy Moore when somebody asked him, what does Make America Great mean? What does that mean to you? What do you think the president means when he says, let's make America great? Let's make America great. So I'm going to play some audio for you. Just take a listen to, and I've been saying this, what Make America Great means. All right, let's listen. So if you listen to that, what he said was, America was great back when we had slavery. We had a direction. Families were strong together. So I've been saying this whole line. That's what Make America Great means, man. That when you're talking about let's make America great, I always ask, like, what time frame are we talking about? How far do we need to go back to when we were great? And that's the underlying, that's the tone right there. Make America great means let's bring back slavery. Let's put the white man back on top again. That's basically what they're saying. Let's make America great again. So you have these views from this guy, along with him being a pedophile, and you still go. It shouldn't even be a close race. First of all, he shouldn't even be able to run. This should disqualify him off rip. Once this comes about, and his defense is not even good, he doesn't even defend it. He said, I don't even know these girls, and we have signatures and pictures with him and these girls. So clearly you know them. Maybe the stories might be different, but you can't say you don't know them, because that's a lie. That's a lie. And if you tell that lie, what else are you lying about? That's all I'm saying, like, right and wrong. This guy's a bad person. He goes on stage and varnishes his weapon, come out with a revolver in his pocket. Because he feels like that's what people want to see. That's what his area, that's what Alabama relates to. So sometimes it's bigger than just you. It's a bigger picture, man. Like, if he's running out, who's going to be next? Like, I never thought this day would come when you can have somebody running for office with this halo, this cloud over his head, and he's gaining ground, and the White House is backing him, and the Republican Party is backing him. So how far can we go? Like, I didn't think we can go this far, so what's next? Who would be able to run next? That's all I'm saying. Like, you have to draw the line somewhere. Clearly this guy's a bad person. He's a bad person. And you can say that politics are dirty and all politicians are dirty. Yeah, but you don't know it before you elect him. You don't knowingly put him in office. Yeah, you find out some dirt on him later on in life, but you wouldn't even let this dude date your daughter. You wouldn't. You wouldn't let a pedophile date your daughter? But you elect him to the Senate? Think about it, man. Like, it baffles me. I can't put it in context. I try to think outside the box, and it just goes to show you, like, how deep, racism is, and it has been and still is. I mean, the one thing I can say, I can give Trump credit for this. He's definitely put a battery in the backs of these racists. It's back at the forefront. It's not going anywhere. People used to be closet racist. Now they openly racist again. They're just not wearing sheets. And that's fine. If that's, at least we know, what we're dealing with. That's okay. You don't have to agree with me, but you're still gonna respect me. Like, I don't think we live in the times like how it used to be. Like, if you see, if I see a white man, I should respect him just because he's white. No. I hold you on your merits. Like, what do you do? Are you a good person? Like, what do you do in life? Like, it don't matter. Just because you were born a certain color to make you better than anyone else, you would think. It doesn't make you better. But clearly this right here is showing you that, okay, yeah, it is. It's superiority. If you're born white, you're better off. And it doesn't matter what you do. Imagine if Roy Moore was black and he was running for office. And he had all these women come out and say that he had, when they were teenagers, he dated them. And what if he brought a AK-47 on stage? And what if he, was up there quoting rap lyrics? And they would wash his ass, man. He would be done. He wouldn't even be able to run. When you're a minority, you have to dot your I's and, cross your T's twice. Like, you have to carry yourself in a certain manner. Like, carry yourself with honor and prestige. And that's what Obama did. Because contrary to belief, or whatever you want to believe, kids are looking up to these people and they emulate what they see. So would you tell a child it's okay to date, a 14-year-old, a grown man? Is that okay? No, it's not okay. It's wrong. And that's all I'm saying. If it's wrong, just say it's wrong. And shit, hopefully, if he does get elected to the Senate, I hope they vote his ass right on out. Because there will be an ethics investigation. They will find, it's no defense of what he did. Like, these are credible stories. Like, he actually knew these women. Like, cases he's tried. They actually have connections. It's not like women are coming out the woodwork like, yeah, I met him out in Mexico at Cancun. Nah, I met him at the courthouse with my mom. She had a case. Yeah, we went to lunch. Or, yeah, I met him when he was talking to my class, civics class. So these are actual stories, but people say they could look past this, and I don't understand how you could look past it. But just be careful, because what's next? If you let this slide, you let this little dude, you let him slip through, who's going to be next? That's all I'm saying. Who's going to be next? And then now that all these, people going down for these sexual assaults and having to resign, of course, the women who blame Trump when he was running for election, they're coming back out and say, okay, what about my voice? We said we were sexually assaulted. What about us? What do we get? And now they come back out, and the White House, this is their statement. This is the official White House statement regarding the allegations that Trump assaulted these women. He said, these false claims, totally disputed in most cases by eyewitnesses' accounts, were addressed at length during last year's campaign, and the American people voiced their judgment by delivering a decisive victory. The timing and absurdity of these claims speaks volumes, and the publicity tour that has begun only further confirms the political motives behind them. Damn, I struggled on that shit. I should read that again. No Child Left Behind, but I made it. But yeah, basically, what they're saying is that people voted Trump in regardless of knowing that. So even though he committed these acts, the people voted him in, so it's okay. But it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. And it's going to come back to bite them in the ass, man. I just truly feel that you can't just turn your cheek and, just because somebody's going to vote for policies that you like, that are going to benefit you, that you look past everything else. You look past everything else. I couldn't imagine if Obama did any of these things, 1/3 of these things, he would have been impeached already. They wanted to impeach him because they thought he wasn't born in America. Let alone if he sexually assaulted somebody. He would be done. He would be done. Like, people just step outside of your own shoes. Just step outside your little bubble and just look at the peripherals. Look at the optics. How does this look? How does this look that you would look past these things? I'm going to hop off this soapbox, but I'm just saying this is crazy. For a pastor to come out and defend a pedophile, a pastor defending this is crazy. Like, it makes you question everything, Christianity, everything. So you are a Christian and you saying it's okay for a guy to be a pedophile. That's nuts. That's not. I don't know what God you serve, but to me, that's not godly. That's not godly. So we're going down some dark roads, man. I don't know, like how do we recover from this? The next president, I have no clue what the hell they gonna do, because this shit is all political norms are going out the window. There's no such thing as normal right now. Anything goes. Anything goes. You could say anything. So basically, you could just come out and, F that and F him and fuck everybody else, and this is how I do it, and you'll win. You'll win. Just say you're going to change things. Yeah. How you going to do it? Shit, I don't know, but shit, I'm going to do it. I'm going to come in, I'm going to rip this shit up, I'm going to call everybody out, I'm going to talk about retarded people, talk about women bleeding, whatever it may be, and they're going to vote me in. Because you know what? I talk like they talk. But anyway, just start thinking a little bit more. We'll see tomorrow. The special election is tomorrow in Alabama, and we'll see what the people say. Will they elect a pedophile, or will they elect the Democrat? And the crazy thing about it, the guy running against Moore Jones, he's very conservative. He's a conservative Democrat. So I to say that he, of course, the White House is going on their slandering tour. Yeah, he's soft on crime, weak on border wall, wants to raise your taxes. All the dog whistles, man. They say the same thing about everybody. If they're going against you, this is what they're going to say. Yeah, he's soft on crime. He wants to open borders. He doesn't want to build a wall. We need to make America great again. So, yeah. So, all kind of stuff happened. It's too much to get into, but the Russia investigation is moving on. We'll see where that goes. Like, I'm waiting to be able to do the podcast when he actually start. If Trump is ever convicted or impeached to this, I can't wait to do that podcast. And I would like to hear people's Trumpians, the people that still back Trump and they still support Trump. I want to hear their defense once everything's out on the table. Once we know everything. How do you come back to regular civilization and start being normal again? Because right now, this shit is not normal. It's not normal. So when all this is done, this little circus is over, how do you go back, to hanging with your friends again and having a social life and having that one black friend again? How do you go back to doing that where you're back in a white supremacist or, white nationalism? That's what you're supporting right now. So how do we go back? How do we get back to that point? That I don't know, but we will see. And once again, this is Snapper Frugier Podcast. I want to thank y'all for taking time to tune in, man. If you have any feedback, you can email me at snapdog7@gmail.com. And yes, I said snapdog7@gmail.com. Listen, I've gotten every job I've had in my career, I've used that email address, and they still hire my last, so I don't want to hear it. Snapdog7, that's not professional. Hey, the shit works. So yeah, if you have any feedback, shoot me an email, man. Thank you for tuning in, and if you have any topics that you want to discuss, you hit me up, let me know, and shit, I even can get you on here if you want to. We can have a debate, live debate, talk about it. That's the best way to do it. So anyway, I'm Snapper Frugier. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm out of here, man. Thank you.